What is going on, everybody? David Productions 345 here. You guys see the title of the video is the 11 to 14 Dodge Charger, the best year Dodge Charger to own and the best year Dodge Charger to buy. So that's gonna be my opinion. But without further ado, guys, before we start this video, my car is filthy. Let me show you guys the outside real quick. So obviously we're at the car wash. Nowhere else to be besides that. Gotta wash this car. This car's nasty. Yesterday it actually snowed. And let me show you guys what this car looks like. You guys are probably gonna laugh. Yeah, this thing is disgusting, man. Look at all the sides. This looks like snow almost, but it's salt and dirt and everything. So this car is filthy. We're gonna have to clean it today. So look at the back. It's horrible. See what I mean, guys? This right here is clean. Then we move a little bit back and bam. So I'm not going to be showing you guys this because I've done 2 videos already on washing my car. So without further ado, this is the before. Let me wash it and then I'll show you guys the after. But this thing is filthy. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys after this is clean. And then we'll actually start the video. So let's cut to that. Alright, everybody, my fingers are very cold because it's very cold outside, but the car is clean. Hopefully she stays this way. I don't know if it's gonna rain anytime soon. I hope not, or snow. But the car looks very good. Obviously she has to air dry. If you guys did not notice, these lights are actually going out. Let me turn them on. If you guys did not notice, no, 2 or 3 LEDs are going out. Probably gonna just leave it because it's whatever. They're expensive and also it's already tinted out. So anyways, car's clean. Let's get to the rest of the video. So in this part of the video, we're gonna be explaining some reasons why I think that the 11 to 14 Charger is the best model year to buy and the best model year to own. You guys know I've had this car for about, I think, almost 3 years now. It'll be 3 years in August. Let me put up my hood so I don't sunburn. All right, so let's say some of the reasons, guys. I'm gonna be chilling back here just so I don't get sunburned. I have all the reasons on my phone, so without further ado, guys, there's a lot of them, so let's get right into it. So one of the reasons why I think the 11 to 14 is the best model year to buy is because it's cheaper than the new ones. And also, if you guys are considering getting this car over an older gen, all I have to say is the interior on this car is way better than the 06 to 10, so I would just skip that, honestly. A lot of people probably just click off the video because you guys love that gen, but honestly, guys, I'm just not a big fan of it. The interior of that gen is very lackluster. I'll pop up a picture right now. It's all hard plastics and it's horrible compared to the newer ones, 11 plus. So anyways, but I'm basically going to be comparing this generation of 11 to 14 to the 15 plus because I don't really like the first gen at all. This is all going to be my opinion, so don't get mad, guys. I want to say some facts here. So anyways, back to what I was saying before I started ranting. The 11 to 14 is cheaper than the newer ones, which means you'll be spending less money on buying the car and also less money on insurance because it's an older vehicle. So there's that. Another reason, guys, I think that this car is better is because if you want an optioned out car, again, it'll be cheaper to get all of your options. And also, some of these options were specific to this year only. Like, for example, the heated cooled cup holders were available. Like the higher model ones, the Plus and the Max, I believe, had them. The newer ones just did not have them. For some reason, I don't know why Dodge got rid of the heated cooled cup holders. They were a very cool option. So I just don't even know why they would get rid of them. Like, that was kind of weird. But I wrote everything down, guys, so I did not forget what I was talking about. So let me go through the options this car has, a bunch of them. It has heated cooled seats, heated cooled cup holders, heated rear seats, sunroof, nav. There's a road and track pack you can get. This one doesn't have the paddles, but you can get that. Red interior, blind spot alert, rear cross path detection, auto high beams, and adaptive cruise control. That's just many of the features. It also has hill start assist and a bunch of other stuff. But guys, this is almost a fully optioned car. There's one option this car is missing, and that's the paddles. But it is what it is, and the Alcantara half leather seats. That sounded nice. Nope. This car is basically fully optioned, guys, and the fact that you can get a fully optioned vehicle with similar features as a newer one for cheaper is a great idea because you'll be saving money, and that also means you can put more money into mods. Yes, sir. Also guys, the 11 to 14 and then the 15 plus have similar engines. Basically the 5.7 is the exact same. It just the newer ones has at least I think 5 extra horsepower, and the 392s have 15 extra horsepower compared to this gen's 392s. That's basically it. Also, the newer ones have an 8-speed transmission versus the 5-speed. The 8-speed is better, but the 5-speed is not bad. Also guys, the 11 to 14's front end is way more aggressive than the newer ones. I talked to a lot of my friends who have these cars. Let me show you guys what I mean. Compare this front end right here to a newer one. I'm gonna put up a picture on the screen right now. The newer one just does not look as aggressive. The front end of the newer ones just is all curvy and it looks kind of modernized and just not what I wanted in a car. It's a muscle car. It's not a regular sedan. I mean, it still is a sedan, but it's not a regular sedan that you see every day. Well, actually, you know what? That's a lie, because you do see these every day. And that goes into my next point. You don't see the 11 to 14s as much as you see the newer ones, because the newer Chargers are everywhere. Everybody has them. Even the V6s look the same as the V8s. But guys, wouldn't you rather have a car that's more unique on the road that you don't see as much? A lot of people say, guys, that when you get a car, you start seeing them more on the roads. That is true, but still I see more 15 plus cars versus these ones, which means that these ones are more unique. I think there's only one car around my area that looks the same as mine, because they have a black spoiler, their back tail lights are tinted, and I think they have the SRT front bumper and similar headlights. But comparing that to the newer ones, basically I see so many newer Chargers that look the exact same mod, same everything. So I like being unique, so that's one of the reasons why I think that the 11 to 14 is the best model you own. Also guys, the 11 to 14's taillights I like better because they're more aggressive. Let me turn them on for you guys. Got my keys. I just cleaned this car and I need to clean it again because it's getting dirty again. But look at the taillights. I tinted the middle of the red taillights out, so if you had a stock one, it would be just red. But I think personally these taillights look better. Honestly, like, I like them better because the newer ones are all curvy and it just goes with the look of being less muscular. Like, I like the muscular look. I like the squared off design on the edges, and it looks very great the way the side profile is like that. The SRT spoiler does a great job in going like this, raking the whole back down instead of just slight curve down. Next, the interior is the exact same layout. There might be obviously a couple different things, like it has a different steering wheel, different shifter, different transmission, different infotainment screen. But guys, if I went like this from this angle, or if I just looked in like this, like, it's very hard to tell that this is an 11 because they did not change the interior since 2011. Like, it's the exact same layout. They could be different seats, but it is the exact same layout as a newer one, which means get into the car, sit down, same headroom, same everything. Only difference is, as I mentioned before, different wheel, different cluster, different screen, different climate control unit, different shifter. But the seats are the exact same. The back seats are very similar, and everything is just the exact same layout. So it has the exact same interior as the newer ones. I wouldn't say the exact same because, as I mentioned before, those couple differences, but you guys couldn't really tell. Like, an average person would just be like, oh, it looks the exact same. Also, the 11 to 14 has a locking gas tank. Press this button right here, and this thing opens, which means nobody can steal your gas. A lot of the newer cars, you can just press this right here and it opens. So that's also a cool thing about these cars that I did not know, and that's why I think it's better than the 15 plus. Also guys, as I mentioned before, the same exact cargo room in the back, the same exact roof line, same exact cargo room, same exact trunk space as well. If you guys have a subwoofer like I do, it'll be in the same position right here, but same exact trunk space, same exact cargo room. So there's that. Also guys, for the 11 to 14 model year, there was an RT all-wheel drive offered to civilians. You guys can see Charger all-wheel drive RT. This is dirty again. I don't know why it got so dirty. I just cleaned the car. I hate, this is the worst part of these cars, cleaning right here, because it always gets dirty again. But an RT all-wheel drive was offered to the civilians. not to the civilians, but an RT all-wheel drive model was offered for civilians to purchase, which means you could be doing donuts in the middle of the winter time with this car. You could be going right through the snow with this car, not having to worry about anything. It's just cool that they have a civilian RT all-wheel drive model if you really wanted it, the extra traction in the front. But it was really cool that Dodge offered an RT all-wheel drive model. That's why I got this car. That's why I got this car originally, is because I wanted all-wheel drive in a V8, which was awesome. You could launch the car, you could do rolls better, but it's awesome that Dodge offered an all-wheel drive model for V8s. It's just amazing, guys. The newer ones do not have that. They stopped making the police cars. Also, the police cars that were 15 plus had the same engine and transmission as this car, so it's basically an older one with just a newer body shell. So I don't really count that because you have to buy a next cop car, which does not have the nice seats. It doesn't have a perfect roof. It has holes some places. I have seen some nice Pursuits. One of my friends has ones, but guys, the civilian models are way better because of that. I know some people doctor up this Pursuits to look more civilian, but at that point I would just buy a civilian car because it already has the nice seats, the nice features, the bigger screen. But I don't count the new Pursuits as having an all-wheel drive option because it was only really available to police departments until after they used it, and hopefully not abused it, but a lot of the cars were abused. So sucks to say that, but the civilian RT all-wheel drive was definitely better than the Pursuits. Also guys, if you really wanted to, for some reason that you're dying to switch the front end for this car, you can switch this front end with the newer 15 plus. It'll bolt right on. All you need: new fenders, new hood, new front bumper, new headlights, new harnesses, new radiator support, and you have to wire the headlights in, fog lights in as well. But it'll bolt right up because these chargers are very interchangeable. They're very modular. You can swap a lot of parts. Only difference with the doors is that the scallop is a little bit different than this model here. But it is what it is. It's a little bit different, whatever. It's really cool that you can get some parts from the newer ones and just swap right in. Also, forgot to mention one of my favorite parts of this car: cluster swap. You can put a new cluster in from a newer charger. It'll bolt right in. You can also put a new Challenger cluster in. You got to cut 2 tabs, but again, it'll bolt right in, guys. So it's really cool. It just wakes this interior up fully. Like, guys, it's awesome that this cluster's from a 15 plus. It looks a lot better, has the better numbers, better everything. But it's just really cool. Also, if you really wanted to, the steering wheel will bolt right up. Only problem is that the buttons will not work. A lot of people always ask me, will the buttons work with a Taser? Not yet. The steering wheel will bolt right up, but your buttons and everything will not work. So if you really wanted to, you could do that, but I just wouldn't because it's not worth it. I like having my buttons, especially to access the cluster. Also guys, in order to tune these cars, you do not need to update the PCM and switch them out. In the newer ones, you have to get an unlocked PCM for that. So for these cars, you do not, which is pretty cool because it saves you some time and money. Alright, so before I go, I do want to mention some stuff specific to the 15 plus only. So just because I don't want this video to just be a hate video about the 15 plus and the 06 and 10, but there are some cool features that the newer Chargers have. So they have an 8-speed transmission and a different infotainment screen that has Apple CarPlay, which is awesome. I wish this car could do that. There's a CarPlay option, but it's not OEM. That's really cool that the newer Chargers have that. And the 8-speed transmission is better than the 5-speed, but the 5-speed is not bad, as I mentioned before. Also guys, the newer cars have a Hellcat option, which is a 6.2 supercharged V8. The 11 and 14s did not have that. The highest model they had was a 392, which is like the mid-tier V8 for the 15 plus. So Hellcat Plus trims include Hellcat, Hellcat Red Eye, Super Stock, Demon, Hellcat Jailbreak Red Eye, all of that. Also guys, the newer 15 plus cars have wide body from the factory OEM options for the cars. Funny enough though, the flares from the newer ones will fit onto these ones with a little bit of modification to get them to fit to the body lines. But it's cool that the 11 to 14 has that option, but you have to do some body work, and I don't really do that. But some people have been able to make them look good. But it's cool to have 15 plus Chargers that have the OEM wide body options, so you can just get a wide body from the factory and not have to do it yourself with the wide body wheels, and it looks very good. I'll have to give that to the 15 plus about the wide body thing, but it's also cool to mention that the 11 to 14s can fit the flares just with a little bit of modification. I have 2 more things, guys. I'm sorry this is a longer video, but the 15 plus cars have fully Alcantara seats options for the scats and stuff, so they're very comfortable. You guys know my favorite seats ever for these cars are the red Alcantara seats for the scats and the SRT 392s. They're amazing, but those seats are amazing. I wish the 11 to 14s had that. The SRT seats are half Alcantara, half leather, but it's basically just like a little strip of insert as Alcantara, like in the middle. Let me show you guys real quick. Only this part from here will be Alcantara. This is still leather. Finally, guys, the newer 15 plus cars have more taser options. They have a launch mode, they have a bunch of stuff that is only specific to the 15 plus. That leaves us 11 to 14 guys out, but that's why you would get a newer car, or you would get a swap, which is the last thing I want to mention. You can swap the interiors and everything over from the 15 plus to the 11 to 14s. It'll bolt right up. You may have to rewire a couple things, but it should bolt right up, which means I want to get a swapped car with this body style with the 15 plus interior. That would be the perfect combination. You would get all the new features from the infotainment screen into this body style, because this is my favorite body style. So that about wraps it up. That's the whole video. Hopefully you guys got some cool information out of it. Hopefully you learned something new. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe, make sure to turn notifications on, share this video with your friends, and without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.